Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brandy. If you are new here, welcome. If you are not, welcome back. I'm so excited to be sitting here just ready to chit chat with y'all, tell y'all what's been going on. I've been working on my vlog, but I had to put that on the back burner because I really haven't been doing anything, y'all. I'm not midterms, but finals is coming for the end of summer semester, so I'm just trying to get my mind right for that. The first thing I want to start off with is giving my gratitude and Thanksgiving. I am really grateful for having over 100 subscribers. That is a big deal to me. I am just full of gratitude. I never just really sat and processed how many subscribers I have right now. And I'm one of those people who reach a certain goal and it's like, okay, that's fine, let's keep going. And I'm really learning to just reel it in and just be in the moment and appreciate where I've been and where I am now, while also acknowledging that there is more to do for the future. So I'm making myself reel it in and be grateful and thankful. And I want to say thank you so much to my subscribers who have subscribed to me and who have been rocking with me over the years since I started this channel as a makeup artist to now a retired makeup artist, and who's just figuring this all out, just figuring it out. And I really do appreciate all of you. And with that being said, I am doing my first giveaway. I am giving away another copy of Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan. I just be for real with y'all, I am super excited. I've never done a giveaway before, so I was just like, yeah, I don't know how to act right now. But yes, it's going to be Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan, because as you can see in the title, this is a booktube newbie tag / authortube newbie tag, but that'll be like towards the end. I'll talk about that during the process of me doing my makeup. But yes, I will be sending out a copy of that as a giveaway. All you have to do is like, comment, share, and subscribe. You can comment anything as long as it's nice. It doesn't matter, as long as it's a nice comment. And I'll pretty much be putting it through a draw or whatever, where it pulls the name of the person, and then we'll check, make sure you've done all the things that I required, which is like, comment, share, subscribe. Pretty simple. You don't have to go on Instagram. I deleted all of my photos off of Instagram, so you don't even have to worry about that. I'm trying to figure that out right now. Like I told y'all in my first video this year, that I am really just trying to own in with YouTube. So yes, that's all you have to do. And it doesn't matter where you are, I will send you your book of Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan. So we're doing a makeup tutorial. Don't ask me what we doing because I don't know, to be like real honest with y'all. Whoo, that is bright. Let me turn it down some. That's better. Why is it showing that? So I realized when this like super direct light, it's like a reflection. Oh, you see that? Okay, so I won't use the light on this mirror. It's still pretty clear. I just bought it. So yeah, anyways, I'll put all the products right here in the video so y'all know what I'm using. Anyways, I just want to chit chat. I did script this because one thing I'll talk. I have a conversation with you. Ain't no problem, ain't no problem. The issue is that I get sidetracked, and I don't want to do that. I'm not trying to make an extremely long video. In case I don't know, I film on a Sony and the battery ain't that great, so I like to, you know, speed it up quite a bit. Anyway, so I wanted to talk about the books that I have read within this year. So far we are at the halfway mark, and right now I am at I'm honestly past 14 books. I am technically at almost 20 books, but fiction wise, I am at 14 books. And then I have a couple of books that I am currently reading that I have not finished yet. One of them is Song of Solomon, which I know y'all were like, dang girl, still. Yes, I have not been in the mood, to be completely honest, because I just know it's about to be interesting. While I do my makeup, let's talk about these 14 books that I have read so far and how I rate them, because yeah. And these, you know, the books that I've read, only a few have gotten reviews, but a lot of them, I have not seen reviews on them. And I'm like, what's that about? Why not? So the first one that I did not see a lot of reviews on, but I saw a lot of reviews on his second book, is Small Worlds by Caleb Azumah Nelson. I'm going to rate that book a good old 3.75. It is a bit slow. It's a slow book. It's not the fastest, but I enjoyed the nostalgia of the book. It tracked back to 2000. What? It tracked back to 2010. Can y'all believe, like, we are a part of the back then generation? Like, what? Anyway, so me and the author, because I believe this is kind of based off of his real life. Me and the author graduated in 2010. He's from London. Still, like, just a great reminiscent moment. But one thing that caught me off guard, and I don't know what was going on in the music scene over there across the pond, but it was not giving. That man said, this was, okay, mind you, in 2010, you know, we were entering the jerk phase. While entering the jerk phase, we were still in that jigging South Dallas swag. Like Texas, Louisiana, Atlanta, they really had a grasp on the music scene. So for him to say, "Find me in the club" by 50 Cent was playing, y'all were a bit obsessed with NY, huh? Ain't no dance like a stripper? What? Ain't no INDEPENDENT? Ain't no hammer? Ain't no hit 'em with the flex? Okay. I was a bit confused, but that's over there. I'm not familiar with how they do things over there. Make sure this looks okay. It looks good. I like my brows natural looking, so I'm not really pressed about that as long as the shape is okay. But yeah, I was just like, this music is okay. All right, no comment. London, whatever y'all were doing over there in the UK, in the Black British world, that is none of my business. But so yeah, that's all I have to say. It was just a great book. When it took off, when it finally started making momentum, it was towards the end, and that's when I was like, dang, I wish it would have had the same vibe at the beginning. But I understood it was pretty much like a fiction bio story, so I'm not really pressed. I do appreciate the book though. I love how he his writing is very poetic. Like, you could tell he loves music. Like, everything referenced music. He talked about the church scene. He grew up in church. He's Ghanaian. Yeah, I think that's how you say it, Ghanaian. So he talked about how he would watch his mom worship the Lord, and how he would see people praising God and break out and shouting. If you grew up in Pentecostal, then you know you're not unfamiliar with people catching the Holy Spirit and, you know, dancing and shouting and all of that stuff. Very charismatic. Second book that I read was Drunk on Love by Jasmine Guillory. Now, Jasmine Guillory, I am a very big fan of hers. I love her writing. The first book that I ever read by her was By the Book, which was such a cute, like, Beauty and the Beast vibe. Really liked it. Now, if you read By the Book and you read Drunk on Love, there is a massive difference in the writing. Like, baby girl. Oh my gosh, she went in on Drunk in Love. Like, whew, it is very sensual. Okay, if you're not into sensual books, read By the Book. You'll prefer that, okay? Because By the Book is very sweet, it's very soft and fluffy, versus Drunk on Love is for grown folk, okay? They getting some stuff done, but it did inspire me. I was like, dang, I would love to own a winery. I want to try that. I want to, you know, do that. If you know, I think that's something. I don't know. I'm not gonna speak on that, but it did inspire me. Like, dang, because I love wine. Ask anybody who knows me, they'll say, yeah, she gonna have her glass of wine, red to be specific. I'm not too keen on white. Nothing wrong with it. It's just not for me. But I love me a good red. I'm gonna rate Drunk on Love. I'm gonna say it's a 3.752. The reason why is because it was great. I think the pace of the book was amazing, but it was very predictable. It was really predictable. Other than that, I enjoyed it. The provocative scenes were repetitive. That kind of got annoying. You know, I feel like if you're going to have those types of scenes, let's add some variety, okay? Let's do some different stuff. I have read, and you know, not recent, but in the past, I have read very erotic books. And with me reading a lot of erotic books, like by Zane, by Wahida Clark, which Wahida Clark is not a, she doesn't do erotic stories. She has those scenes, and those scenes are really, and I just wish she just had more variety, because it was like the same thing where I was just, at this point, I was just skimming through it, because it was just like, okay, we get it, he's a boob man, okay? I'm sorry if this is creeping you out, guys. I really do apologize. I was like, I think we get it, babe. He likes her chest, all right? Yeah, her. She got. Yeah, I was just like, okay. Other than that, my favorite part was the winery. Her brother gives me fine vibes. Like, I just feel like her brother is really, really fine. He's just so like, he's a man. That's how I felt about him. Moving on though, a love song for Ricki Wilde. I want to talk to y'all, and I want y'all to listen to me, and listen to me good. I didn't like how y'all did that book. I have watched several reviews, and I didn't like it. I didn't like it. Okay. So since when were y'all too good for some good old little magical book? Huh? Especially for those who have read Toni Morrison's Beloved. Y'all forget that book was about a little demon who possessed a body out of water, pretended to be this poor, vulnerable lady's daughter, and I'm gonna put the word right here, her boyfriend. And everybody just went going home, beloved. But with Love Song for Ricki Wilde, it's just, I don't really do like the magical romance, whatever y'all called it. But you a fan of Beloved? Okay. Okay. I rate the book a 4.65. I changed my mind. 4.7. It's not a full 5. Reason being, I just felt like it was a bit long-winded. But I loved her friend Tuesday. Yeah, I want to say Friday, Tuesday, Friday. One of them names. I liked her friend. Her friend was really funny. But yeah, I didn't like how y'all did her in that book. How could y'all? That was a great book. And he was fine. Now, I know what y'all are thinking. Why don't you remember the characters' names? Because I don't remember people's names in real life. Yeah. But I remember their personalities, and I think that's what matters most. Plus, I read that book in February, which is crazy because the book was talking about February of this year, so it was just weird because, of course, it was leap year this year. I really loved that. I was like, that is dope. That was genius. And I picked that book out of just, I love the way the cover looked. So that's why I picked it. I didn't pick it because I knew Tia Williams. I'm gonna be very honest with y'all. I didn't know who that lady was. Okay, until I picked up that book. And when I picked up that book and I read it, I said, oh, that girl, she can write. But then I started reading reviews and I realized she's the one who wrote the song for 7 Days in June, which I seen that book at Target one time and I was going to get it, but I ended up changing my mind for some reason. I can't tell you why. I just didn't get it. I am currently reading it, but my first introduction is a love song for Ricki Wilde. Perfecto. I'm gonna do a little bit of mascara before I put on these false lashes. So the next one is Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan. Why can't I open this? What in the world? There we go. That book right there is what made me such a huge fan of Kennedy Ryan. What a great book. Now, I know I said that I don't remember names in books like that, but this one I do, okay? Jasmine, right? That's her name, right? If it's not, I'm just gonna put the correct name in the video. And Josiah? Is that it? Josiah. I think that's it. Do I need... Y'all, I have been so content with just mascara that when I put on false lashes, it just doesn't feel right. To be completely honest, I don't think I'm gonna put on false lashes. I bought false lashes for nothing. And I just don't think, look at that. Rating, Before I Let Go, a 5. It is a 5-star read, okay? I loved it. It was so, I felt like I was there. Like, I felt like I was in these people's business. And I enjoyed it. And what I appreciate the most is, spoiler alert, they are, I don't even think it's a spoiler. I think it's in the back of the book that they are divorced. But what I do appreciate is that they are not divorced for what I think is normally written about. It's not about infidelity whatsoever. And I really like that. And I also like how even though they are divorced, that them being with other people still make it feel like they are cheating, because they are still very much in love with one another. And I don't know, I feel like after a divorce, once you move on, that's it. Like that's it. Ain't no I'm still in love with my ex-husband or ex-wife. I'm with somebody completely different. I left them for a reason. I don't feel like I'm cheating on you. I do use 2 different mascaras. I use more of a let me show y'all what that's for my bottom lash. I really pray I'm in focus, y'all. I really try to make sure. Either way, if I'm not, I'm still posting this because time. No, I'm lying. Actually, I am pretty meticulous. So if it's not in focus, I'm gonna cry and then re-record another day. We have Descendants of the First by Reni K Amayo. Now this is book number 2. I read book number 1, which is The Daughters of Mother. It is lost my words. It's a, what is it called? African deities. Yeah. Like, cause I can't call it superheroes, but these are about actual like gods and goddesses, or children of gods and goddesses. I would say that. They were created by Earth Mother, and when Earth Mother was killed in the first book, which she knew she was gonna die, she said that she would come back in 2. And the king who killed her in the first book had this thing where he was having all the twins killed who were born around the surrounding areas of Newbie, but they were able to separate the twins because one of the kings of one of the villages, him and his wife had twins. The mother died unfortunately to childbirth, and they ended up separating the twins, and one went to a village, the other one went to the actual empire in Newbie to hide them. So the twins are pretty much hiding right up under his nose. They end up discovering that they have superpowers. The one in the village discovers hers first in the first book, and then the other one at the kingdom discovers hers second in the first book, and then they end up coming together at the end and destroying the king in that book. And then the second book is just a continuation of them learning one another because they did not grow up together, and discovering who they are and their new powers. And the one who grew up in the village, she found this clan where they were all just runaways from their villages being massacred. And, so she ends up being trained by this man who was a shadow tracker or something like that, and he saw like a black trail behind the twin from the village, and he knew she was a deity from Mother Earth. And so because he saw that, he was able to train her because he knew what was to come. Versus in the twin at the kingdom, she got her training from a lady who was also a shadow tracker, who unfortunately was burned to death right at the peak of that twin learning her power by the king, because he knew what was happening because he was tracking that lady's every move. So she didn't get to learn hers as much as the other twin from the village did. So the second book was okay. I was a bit overwhelmed with the settings because I couldn't really, the settings were beautiful, but I could not make out the settings because it just kept changing. It kept changing. As far as the characters were amazing. The plot twist at the end, I cannot wait for book 3. But I will say, I don't have a problem with there being more descendants, but I would have just been it would have been okay if it was just the twins, but to know like one that tried to kill the twin at the kingdom is a descendant. But I love, oh, it's this one part of the book. I'm gonna read it to y'all. Hold on, let me go to my Goodreads. It's this one part that I highlighted, and it was so real, and it was by the descendant from the first book who tried to kill her. I cannot remember that girl's name. But this is in the second book, by the way. They put all of these people who were put up under a blood spell in this hole that one of the twins made, who's from the village. She has the power of the earth. She controls the ground. The twin from the kingdom controls the air and water. And so that twin, she puts a hole in the ground, and everybody who was affected by the blood curse, who is, you know, up under a blood spell, they put them in it. And the descendant who has the power of fire, she could do blue flames and she could do red flames, and the blue flame is what is supposed to cleanse the people from that spell. But in the middle of her cleansing them, which was something she was afraid of, was that she would end up killing them, because she would go back to what had happened to her in the first book. Unfortunately, she was, I'll put the word here, and she went back to those times of how that man made her feel. And she just, let me find it for y'all. So it says, destruction doesn't mean evil. Sometimes things need to be destroyed so that they can be rebuilt. That's fine. And I was just like, oh, you're right, burn it all down, burn it down. But it was just like, I love it. She just wanted to feel. That's what I got from that, is that she just needed to feel. And this was her time. That was her moment. And I don't know. Anyways, I rate that book a 4.9. I cannot give it a full 5 because, again, the settings it was just a bit too much, overwhelming. Not sure yet if I'm a fan of all the descendants, especially towards the end. I'm not gonna give any spoilers, but I was not happy with who else is a descendant. Not happy. But you know, whatever keeps the story flowing. I just really hope that the last book of the trilogy is a banger, and it blows it out of the water, and it just closes a lot of gaps and comes full circle. As far as me, I do plan on purchasing, because I've been reading this on my Kindle, but I do plan on purchasing all of them once she comes out with 3 next year, God willing. So I'm super excited about that. On to the next, The Culmination of Everything by Christina C. Jones. I'm going to rate that one a 4.5. The story is cool. Okay, you can talk about me, but I cannot lie. I love a good enemies to lover trope. I know. Why? I don't know. Okay, I just do. I like a good enemies to lovers trope. I like that tension. That is my first one, and then my second one is friends to lovers. But that enemies to lover, I don't know, because what I want to know is what shifted. What made you decide I like you? I'm feeling you. So yeah, that's my favorite trope. Culmination of it all, of everything, I mean, is definitely that. But it is a romance slash erotica. I just feel like they did it so much. So at times when I feel like there should have been a real in-depth conversation, they were doing it. And I didn't like that, especially because this is a real life thing. What I did not like is when he found out about a very unfortunate event that happened in her life. I'm not going to give you any spoilers, just in case you want to read it yourself. What I didn't like is that when he found out a very significant turn of event in her life with y'all, I don't think it was needed, but that's neither here nor there. Instead of him like really apologizing and being sincere, all that stuff, he's like, let me show you I'm sorry. And they do it. And she's like, oh, you're not gonna, you know, is this how you're gonna say sorry to me? You're not gonna really like apologize? This is me apologizing. I would have told him, get out. Get out of my house. I don't want you touching me with your Squirtle. I need you to communicate. Like, yes, I understand you were acting this way because you were jealous. Whatever. I don't care. The fact of the matter is, you found out my situation. And instead of you apologizing to me, you want to try to do me as an apology. Crazy business. But that's what happened, and she was all for it. Like, what the heck? No, girl, set some boundaries. Anyways, but yeah, it was like, I want to say chapter 2 is when they start doing the do as enemies. Like, they're enemies with benefits because they're not friends whatsoever. Like, it was sexy though. I'm not even gonna hold you. It was very attractive. It was very attractive. The character, the man, is very attractive in my opinion, except for that part towards the middle where there is conflict, when the plot happens or whatever. That's when he became unattractive. Because one thing I don't like is a man who can't communicate. I need you to talk to me. I am a talker. Talk to me, please. Tell me what happened. Why did you act like this? But yeah, that's just like So that's why I rated that. But please feel free, read it. Read all the books that I'm telling you about. I'm sure you'll be like, oh, she's interesting. Next one is Jazz by Toni Morrison. I am rating that a 4.5. First of all, Toni Morrison is crazy. Love her down. Toni Morrison is crazy. How that book started. That woman, not a girl. That woman came up in that church house with a knife. Walked up to that dead little girl's body in that casket and cut her face. Said, let me skin her. Let me peel the face off of that girl for sleeping with my man. When your man is the one who is the reason she up in that casket. This 50-year-old man had relations with a 17-year-old girl while selling cosmetics. He was a cosmetic seller, and they said he was fine. How I'm thinking he probably looked like Idris Elba or something. Like he was that kind of fine. But either way, I was not rocking with that. I was like, girl, you're cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. It could have found out she kind of was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. But it was her man who was the reason why she was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I would have left. It was just the book. I can't really explain it besides like it's beautiful and chaotic. It's a beautiful chaotic mess. It's a whirlwind of events. It's so many point of views. They give us the point of view of the girl that he murders and how their relationship started, and her just really being insecure in herself and not knowing her worth, and unfortunately her family, where's my Laura Mercier powder? Her family, oh, it's right here. Her family dies in a fire that she still remembers, but her aunt who took her in, which is her sister, her mom's sister, doesn't know that, like, she remembers that day when the house caught on fire and her being rescued, but unfortunately the parents did not make it and all that stuff. It just really expounds on the girl's, like, imperfections. Well, the male point of view, which is the husband, expounds a lot on the girl's imperfections, and he preys on that. He is the one who makes her feel beautiful. It's the whole grooming type of relationship, and I hate that so many of us have gone through it. You know, me being one. I know a lot of my peers have been through that, where an older man has approached us and all that, y'all know. But yeah, the book is cool. Again, it's chaotic, but it's beautiful. Like, her writing style is just, it's a movie. You can see it, but you have to know what it is that she is talking about, or you'll miss it. You'll just miss it. So that type of book is where you need to really just take your time. I have Love is Patient by Faith Arceneaux. I think that's a French last name, so I don't know if she's from Louisiana or if she is Haitian. But Love is Patient and Prayed for Him by her. They're Christian romance books. They're my first Christian romance books that I've ever read, and I'm gonna give them a 3.5 each. I would say they are just an easy read. I needed something very light to take my mind off of jazz and just to help me move on to other books. But I would say it was a good book. Out of the two, Love is Patient is my favorite because it was just a little bit more deeper, real life. It was very real. Versus Pray for Him, it was cute. It was a cute little thing. Nothing crazy, nothing traumatic. Love is Patient was traumatic. It does have a DV in it, so you have to just, you know, if you read that book and you have experienced that, or you know somebody who's experienced that that's close to you, be careful. It is triggering. The Air He Breathes by Brittainy C. Cherry. Y'all, I get it. I get why that darn book is so popular. I get it. That book is long too. That book is really long. That's a good book. Really, really sad event, but again, I love a good enemy to lovers trope. I really do. I love how can I say it? I don't like an aggressive man. I don't like an aggressive man, but I do love a tough man. I think that's better. I don't like, do not be aggressive with me, please. I will say he was a bit aggressive at the beginning, and I didn't like that. I was like, relax. All right, we know you love your dog, but can you calm? Can you bring it here? All right, she took you to the vet. Your dog is going to survive. Congratulations. I am rating that book a 5. It gets a 5. The book is amazing. It's a really beautiful love story. Not too much scenes in there that I can't handle, because I am in a season where I do have to be mindful of the kind of books that I read, and I can read some books that have those scenes in it, but if it is like just overly immersed in the book where it's just too much, I can't do it. So yeah, I am happy that it was more dialogue than, you know, those scenes in it. We have This Could Be Us by Ryan Kennedy. Have I been saying Kennedy Ryan? I feel like I have. I'm sorry, y'all. It's Ryan Kennedy. Anyways, I spoke about that book in the last video. My mind has not changed. It's a 5.0. I love me some Judas, that's his name. I love him. I still love him. He is still my book boyfriend. I love Soledad. And yeah, that's it. Like, if you haven't watched my last vlog, watch it. I have a whole review at the end telling you exactly how I feel. And my feelings have not changed. She is still my book boyfriend. We have The Secret Lives of Church Ladies. I did not put her name down. I'll put it right here. Right here. That book, baby. Huh. You can't tell me she wasn't in church almost every day. And she's either a PK or she was close enough to being a PK. Like a grandchild or something. Because like everything that she talks about in that book, and by the way, they're short stories. They're not like, it's not just one full story. It's short stories of different women that goes to the same church, but they have different experiences from that church, or like their lives outside of the church that they attend. And so there are different stories. A lot of them are based on same-sex attraction and being shunned. The others are about having an affair with somebody in the church. The only one that was like significantly different was like this grandmother who attends the church. It's her granddaughters talking to a long distance granddaughter who they don't know, but they're trying to bring her in so they can, you know, I don't know, build a relationship. Either way, it gets a 4.75. It was a great book. Love the short stories. Definitely reminded me of, you know, my experience with the church and what made me grow away from God. And I am so thankful that I realized man is man. That's it. Man is man. There's nothing you can, it doesn't matter their role or their prestige in the church. We can all fall short of God's glory. And I didn't know that then. And because I didn't know that, I looked at all of them with a certain stature, and they weren't acting the way I thought they should have been acting. And it was just like, well, if people are acting like this in the church, what am I doing? So I decided to go on about my business, and I separated myself and I distanced myself not only from church but from God, because it wasn't adding up. It wasn't clicking. And now it does, and I just look at man as man and not like as a God figure. You know what I'm saying? I think that's how a lot of us get caught up when we do that. So if you are new to the faith, don't do that. Man will fail you every time. God won't fail you, but man will. So just keep that in mind and read your Bible and stay prayed up and have hope and stay encouraged and have faith, and you will be just fine, like me. Moving on, we have Where the Wild Peaches Grow by Cade Bentley. That book, I just finished it the week before last. Had me chokehold. Mississippi? I ain't never thought of Mississippi as beautiful. It's Mississippi. First of all, I ain't never heard of a Natchez. I want to say nachos. I don't know how you say it, but the way she made it sound so gorgeous. I was like, let me go to Mississippi and see what y'all talking about now. I'm from the South. I'm from Texas, born and raised. This is all I know. I have traveled outside of Texas, by the way, but like, I am Texas through and through, right? And one thing I love is Southerners. I love us, and I love our men. I love Southern black men. And that's it. That's it. Just, I love the history that I learned about Mississippi during the Civil War, about the fruit bowl, Devil's Fruit Bowl. That was really interesting. I ended up looking it up, and it is a real thing. So during the Civil War, the Union took the slaves that were now free down to the Devil's Punch Bowl, and they all took refuge there. So that's what that's all about. It was a really good book, though. I enjoyed the history. I enjoyed the story. It's two sisters who have been distanced for 2 decades, 20 years. And the sister who left to Chicago, she comes back home to Mississippi. And she is a historian and a professor at a school in Chicago. And her sister is a very popular real estate agent, and she owns land and she owns houses. And the dad, on each real estate that he's bought, their dad, he would plant a peach tree on each estate, except for the oldest daughter. She didn't want it because she held resentment towards her sister for leaving to Chicago when she was 17. But on each estate for the younger sister who ended up leaving to Chicago, who they call Peaches. So yeah, read the book. It's amazing. I don't want to say too much because I'll end up giving away a lot of it, but it is definitely worth the read. It is a long-winded, though. That is why I'm giving it a what did I say, a 4.7, because it's so long-winded. Like, it just kept it was, especially in the fight scenes, the argument scenes, it was like, all right, wrap it up. All right, and this is a bit much. This is annoying at this point. Anyways, the last one is, okay, I gotta hurry up. My camera is telling me it's getting overheated. The last one is Bathesheba, Reluctant Beauty by Angela Elwell Hunt. That book, I couldn't put it down, and it's not a small book. It's very dense. I could not put it down. It is about biblical history, and it's about Bathsheba and how her and David came to be. If anybody knows the story about King David and Bathsheba, anybody with like common sense and context clues and understand how the kingdom works versus a common woman, when a king summons you as a common woman, what do you do? Exactly. But I loved it because I have a heart. I have love for King David, but I cannot lie, that book made me very angry towards him. But the good thing is that I learned a very valuable lesson, which is there's a difference between being repentant and being hard-hearted. And they do talk about Amnon and Tamar in the Bible, yes, they talk about that in the Bible, but in the book as well. And it was great. I'm gonna rate it a 4.8. The reason why I'm not getting 5 stars, because if I was a drinker, like of liquor, baby, I'd be drunk every time that book said Tobe woman, Tobe woman, Tobe woman, because I am a Tobe woman. If you don't know what Tobe woman means, in Hebrew it means beautiful. And I'm like, we get it. You fine. You look good. You're ravishing. You're delicioso. You're amazing. You're the gorgeous thing that walked the earth. It was a great lesson that she ends up giving towards the end of what, you know, being the ideal beauty standard cost you. And when you live off of that, but Taupe Woman, every single time I heard that darn name, I was like, all right. It came to a point, y'all, when I started realize I was getting towards the end, I skipped that word. I was over it. I was done. Anyway, that is the end of my book. I'm gonna hurry up and turn off this camera before it explodes. That was my reading list so far, God willing, by the end of this year. I don't have a reading goal anymore. My reading goal was 10 because I just thought I couldn't surpass it in January. But now that I have reached way over that, I don't have a reading goal anymore. I just want to read and enjoy it and just be in the moment and present with each book that I read and just tell y'all about it. What else? Oh, I am reading more nonfiction. I'm reading books that gives me more knowledge on certain moves that I'm about to make. So I'm really going into unknown territories, and I just want to be prepared spiritually as well as financially. And I'm just taking a big leap of faith in this investment, and I don't want to be dumb while doing it. So I'm really taking the lead with reading because I don't have a mentor. Eventually I know a mentor will come, but right now I don't have one. So books, God and books will be my mentor until I find an actual one that I trust, that I feel like God has put in my path for me to take wisdom from. I mentioned vlogging in the beginning. I have no idea what I'm doing. I have been vlogging, but just bear with me, be patient. I will have a video soon. I don't know, I just feel like sit down videos do better than vlogging, but if you want me to continue vlogging, I will. I have no problem. But if you prefer like a 101 type of deal, I'm fine with that too. It's all good, I understand. But yeah, I'm about to go. I said that like 4 times already, but I'm for real about to go. Again, I thank y'all so much. Thank you to the subscribers. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Please, if you want to though. It's free. But if you want to, you know, free will over here. We believe in free will. Again, for the giveaway, all you have to do is like, comment, share, subscribe, and then your name will be put in the draw. And hopefully you win, and I will ship you out the book. All right, okay, I love y'all so much. Let's get into this look. Hold on, let's get into that skin. Oh, anyways, it's just almond oil. I love y'all, and I thank you, and I thank God for blessing me with you know, with this platform. And I am wanting to exceed and do go beyond and above in Him with this channel, and just trust to believe that it'll all work out. Okay, I'm done talking. Bye.